welcome back to my channel with a new video. Oh yeah, my background is a bit different today since I'm not in New York. I'm in Florida for I had some things to do. I'm gonna be back soon to New York. I feel like I'm always traveling and it's kind of messing me up. I wanted to do a very serious video today about different topics, but since I'm not feeling that great emotionally, I wanted to do something a bit lighthearted. And I feel sometimes I should do videos like that just to lighten the mood. I don't want my channel to be like always super duper serious. I want sometimes people to, you know, have fun. Hope you're interested in stuff like that. So personally, I don't have like tons and tons of experience about long distance. I have some experience myself. I had so many people, like countless of people around me that tried long distance relationships, and the thing is, I'm always the one who listens to people and I'm always the one who watches people. So I think I listened pretty well and I concluded a lot of things from people's experiences and my experience a bit. So I'll tell you what I learned from everything I heard and my personal experience. If you don't think that way, you don't have to, just opinion, right? I'm gonna tell you the reasons why long distance relationships are kind of doomed to fail. If you're in a long distance relationship, don't come at me. I know there's always exceptions. There's always people who can't do it. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people who can't really handle long distance relationships. It takes really like double the effort as a normal relationship. You have to put so much effort because the person is not next to you. You have to put so much effort to show that you're still interested, that you're still there for them, and you have to keep, you know, the spark going. And it's pretty hard when the person is not right next to you. So of course you need communication. Communication can be very hard on people if you're not right next to them. That means you have to call them, you have to keep calling them, you have to keep you know, always the phone in your hand. And sometimes if you don't, you know, respond quickly, maybe the other person would be mad at you. I've heard a lot of instances that the other person is not replying fast. It might be because of time difference. Unfortunately, a lot of long distance relationships are between countries, so they're bound to have some time difference. And for example, if I want to have a relationship with a Lebanese person, there's gonna be at least like 7-hour difference, and it's very hard to communicate when you have a 7 hours difference. You have to, like, when I'm awake he's probably sleeping, and when I'm sleeping he's probably awake, and it's pretty difficult. When it's morning here, it's night there. It's pretty hard to balance the times and to find times that I am free versus times he is free as well. That's why it's extra hard when there's a big time difference. If you have a relationship that has a lot of time difference, be aware. This is gonna be a huge problem. Maybe not for you, maybe you're gonna make it work, but I'm just telling you that might be a big problem ahead of you. With the of course the relationship, it needs a lot of trust. You have to be, that means you have to be very confident. If you don't trust someone, that means he is not great, or you're not confident in yourself. It's either way. Maybe he cheated before and you're scared. Yeah, you have all the reasons to not trust that person. I think that's not for you anymore. If he cheated once, I think he should just cut it off, really. But if you just don't have trust, you don't have trust in that person, him or her, that means a lot of the times that mean you're not really confident. You have to believe that you're bringing a lot of things to the relationship. You're a valid person. You have to be confident that you're a catch, right? It's super hard to believe that, because a lot of people don't have confidence in themselves. Maybe they don't look great, or maybe they don't have that much money, or maybe they a bit, they have some mental problems, and they're scared they're gonna affect their partner. That's something you have to work on if you want to have a long distance relationship. Trust, and building that confidence to trust that partner, that he or she not gonna do anything behind your back. Unless you know that person has cheated before and you don't have trust in them, you have every valid reason to think that way. Then that means, in my opinion, just cut the relationship off. If he or she cheated on you before, probably she will do it again. I'm sorry to bring that to you, but it's a thing. I know a lot of people that happened to them. Cheated once, trust them again, cheated again. So if that happened to you, be aware. Probably it's gonna happen again. And one of the biggest mistake that people go through when they go through long distance relationship, they don't have any plans ahead. They be like, let's start a long distance relationship, and then they don't have any plans. They don't know when they're gonna meet again. They have no idea when this is gonna end. In your mind, you have to set a time frame how much this long distance relationship is gonna last. If it can't last, for 10 years, that's not gonna work out. You have to put a time frame for you guys, that maybe you be like, after 3 or 4 years, I think we're gonna be together at that point. And please put time frames. It helps so much. It helps you look forward to something. Maybe put time frames that in a few months I'll go visit you, or go visit me, so you always have something to keep looking forward to. It helps a lot. Don't go in without having those time frames and putting a plan on this relationship, because this needs a lot of tactics and planning. If no one's visiting the other, that's a problem. You have to visit sometimes that person. You have to see them in person. It helps a lot with keeping the relationship alive, of course. Sometimes partners, sometimes people have a trouble that they don't have enough money to visit the other person. You have to work it out. You have to deal with that. Okay, so I heard like almost 82% of long distance relationship don't last at the end. At the end, like after you meet that person, you're like, oh my god, this is not the person I was expecting to be with. Especially when you start this relationship as a long distance relationship, you will, sometimes a lot of people do that. I've seen a lot of people do that, and I've did that myself, and it's just the wrong thing. Just try not to do this too much. When you start talking to a person that's not next to you, you're gonna idealize that person. You're gonna put a picture in your head that is not really there. You're gonna be like, oh my god, he's gonna be perfect, he's gonna be this and that, because you don't see him in person. You don't see his human flaws. You're gonna picture a very ideal picture in your head, and when you see that person, that he or she in person, you're gonna kind of be disappointed. And a lot of times relationship ends when they meet up, because it's not the person that they idealize or they picture in their heads. It's different. So try not to idealize that person you're talking to. Please don't do that. They're just a human, just like you. Of course, you didn't watch them eat, you didn't watch them be sloppy, you don't know maybe how really tall they are. Some people lie about that, and that's bad. Maybe you expected them to be a bit taller, or a bit shorter, or a bit skinnier, a bit fuller. You expected them something, and they turned out the opposite. So don't idealize a person that you're talking to on the phone or chat or whatever. that will ruin whatever happens next, whatever you meet up, that will ruin it. A lot of people get bummed when they see that person, that person face to face. They be like, what the hell, this is not what I expected. When you get very, very comfortable talking on the phone every day, or just texting or something like that, when you meet up that person, a lot of times people find it hard. They may be shy. It's like trying to be in this relationship all over again, because they're not just used to being face to face with that person. They find it extremely hard to relate anymore, because they're not used to that kind of communication face to face. They're used to texting, they're used to phones, and then you realize, oh, I'm not really comfortable with that person face to face. That's not gonna work out. Or maybe you're shy and you feel like you have to work on yourself all over again, trusting that person, because it feels like a brand new relationship. When you're face to face, it feels different. It feels like you have to get to know them in a new light. You have to work even harder, because you missed a lot of the things face to face that you missed while talking to each other on the phone. A lot of different people, they think they can't do the long distance, and once it starts, it doesn't work out. And I'm sorry to say that, but more like than 80% they don't work out, in my perspective, from what I've seen. You have to know going in this that it requires a lot of effort, a lot of communication, a lot of effort from you both. If just one person is working on this, it's doomed to fail. If one person is not replying as much or is not trying to communicate as much, it's doomed to fail. If you feel that person doesn't talk to you anymore, doesn't reply as fast anymore, or maybe they're busy, that day, but if it happens in the long term, that person probably not interested anymore. And it's fine. It's not the end of the world, really. Going into this, you have to know if you're that person that can handle it or you're not. And I know from experience, I'm not a person that can really. I lose interest pretty fast. It does not interest me. It just it's very hard for a person to keep me interested in a long distance relationship. Very, very hard. I get really bored really easily, and sometimes I get bored when I'm next to the person. I'm really that person that needs stimulation. Doesn't mean intimacy or anything like that. Stimulation means I need to see that person, that vision. I need to be close to that person. I need to talk to them. And I'm sorry, but a lot of long distance relationship, the partner will hide a lot of stuff from you. It's bound to happen. One of you guys will try to hide. Not in every relationship, but most long distance relationships, one of those two will try to hide something. Maybe try to hide the anger that they have. They will try to cool down, then they will talk to you later. You don't see their reaction face to face. That you don't see that. You're gonna miss a lot of cues. You're gonna miss a lot of important things that you need to know about that person, and that person is hiding that from you, or not even hiding. They're just not showing it, and it's not showing on the phone. You're not gonna know their personality pretty well, how they handle things, how they are with people, with other people. You just know how they are with you, and that's it. Maybe there are assholes with other people. Maybe they're not a good person. You don't know that. You have no idea if they're good. They're just telling you what they want you to see in them, and that's it. So be aware of that. Maybe it's gonna be deceiving in some way, so keep that in mind. Not all relationships are like that, of course not. Okay, don't come at me that your relationship was great. I'm happy for you. Listen, I'm totally happy for you if you are in a long distance relationship and it worked it's pretty amazing. That means you are both extremely patient. Of course, patience is one of the most important things, is patience. You have to be patient. Impatient people are not meant to have those kind of relationship. If that worked, that means you are patient and you know how to deal with complicated things. You know how to trust people. You have confidence, really big confidence in yourself. You have all that all together. So bravo. I'm impressed. Like, really, like, if you made it work, I'm impressed. Like, you're great. You're both great. You have both are great people. But for me, I know I'm not made for that kind of relationship, and a lot of people are not made for that kind of relationship. So that's all I wanted to say about this video. If you have any experience about this, please let me know in the comments down below, and tell me what you think about this subject. I think it's pretty fascinating. It's not fascinating, but as a person who left her country and living in US, I feel like I belong in another country at the same time, and I want to belong with other people. And sometimes I try to have connections with Lebanese people, but it didn't work out because it's pretty hard. So tell me what you think about it, and if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe. I'm gonna talk about more serious stuff later on. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you like that video and you found it helpful in any way you're kind, please thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.